In association with Official Wrestling comes A Few Good Marks podcast. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our final episode of 2017. It has been a belter year for ourselves and in wrestling in general. So we thought we'd round off the year with an awards ceremony, because what else are you going to do? So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Markys. I am your host, Kieran, and I am joined by my fellow predictions champion, Candy.
Hello.
And I'm also joined by Croft.
Hello.
And Pete.
Hello.
So the way this is going to work is that we've assigned different nominations, different awards to be handed out.
Well, we came up with categories first.
Yeah,
then we put nominations.
Well, yeah, we've come up with categories, and then we've all come up with nominations.
Yes.
And the idea is that we've all gone away, thought of different nominations for each one, and we're now going to discuss who we think is the winner, or the rightful winner for each award.
Mm-hmm.
So shall we start with? Should we start bottom up?
Yes.
Yeah, can do, yeah.
So the backstage, or sorry, just the segment of the year.
Yeah.
I've also got Alex and Willow can't be with us today, but they have also sent me some of their nominations as well. They don't have any for this. So Croft, you're obviously dying to tell us your segment of the year.
It was Sarah Logan's game. I have not laughed at a promo that much. I've rewatched it so many times.
Oh God, Pete, do you
Watched
have
it
a
so many times and can't work out what you said.
Oh, of course, I can't work out.
Have you ever been to...
Yeah, we're eating game meat.
Game meat? Pete.
I can't really think of any backstage segments.
Or just segments
the only
in
one
general.
that came to mind was the Under Siege moment.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
Oh, yeah, good call.
And also
good.
shout out to Part 2 for Nudo's Big Shaq reference.
Oh, yeah, fair play. Candy, what have you got for best segment of the year?
Well, yeah, it was originally backstage segment of the year, and I don't watch a whole lot of WWE to watch that too many segments. So I've gone to the world of Japan.
Oh, okay.
And a recent one, because it's the press conference between Chris Jericho and Kenny
Kenny
Omega.
Omega.
Specifically the part where where Omega dives over a table, throws some punches at Jericho, and then Jericho picks up and throws a table at him.
Fair play.
He's
If
really
we're doing
good.
that, though, I'll throw in this. This is an honourable mention. It's not my thing. Honourable mention to Alberto Del Rio being interviewed about Johnny Mundo, and then Johnny Mundo, from out of camera shot,
Yes.
dives over the table and wipes out Del Rio. It is pure class. However, my nomination for segment of the year goes to the Festival of Friendship.
Oh.
I did.
Yes.
I did also think of that.
I would protest strongly that this is for you know the Sarah Logan thing's funny. Pete's one was a really good shout, but I think Festival of Friendship was pulled off the best.
I agree with you, to be honest.
Alex and Willow haven't sent me anything for this as well. I should point that out.
I did think of the Festival of Friendship, but since Pete mentioned it, I did also like the Under Siege one.
Another thing that I would like to say is, moment from NXT, can't really pick one, but all of the Black v Dream segments in the feud were executed brilliantly.
Yes.
The bit where Dream finally attacked Black
Yeah.
was sick.
Yeah. Even the everything from that, we'll come on to this.
But it doesn't touch Festival of Friendship.
No, it doesn't.
To be
I
honest,
think
I hadn't even thought about it, but yeah,
Festival of
that's
Friendship.
it,
Are we in
I'm
agreement?
fine with Festival of Friendship.
that was spot
Ladies
on.
and gentlemen, your Markys winner for the segment of the year is the Festival of Friendship. Chris Jericho, Kevin Owens, your award is in the post. Maybe not. Next up is Botch of the Year.
We're not paying those posted shit.
No,
fees to-
no, we're not.
Canada.
Botch of the Year. Pete, who have you got for Botch? What have you got for Botch
I
of the
really
Year?
couldn't think of any botches, so I put Liv Morgan's wrestling.
Oh, shots
Could also
fired.
put Lana in there.
Shots
Lana's
fired.
Yeah, but I didn't see Lana attack her own teammate, so...
wrestling.
This is true. This is true. Croft.
Sarah Logan's gaming. Come on, no one has butchered a promo that badly all year.
That's true.
For Candy.
I've got. This is just something that really underwhelmed me, and so it's a botch in a way. It's the mishandling of the Jericho Owens, the final part of that feud.
Yeah.
To me, that could have main evented WrestleMania if they'd done it the right way.
Yeah.
And instead, because it went on too long, they had Jericho attack him. Like they tried to do like the false turn too many times. So when we got to the Festival of Friendship, it was so obvious it was coming.
Yeah.
Sorry.
When Owens gave him the present, I was like, oh, well, here we go.
Yeah.
And rather than coming out of nowhere and sort of starting off this big feud between them, it was just kind of like, oh, yeah, here's the turn, and now we're going to go get a... It was the second match at WrestleMania, and to me, just really underwhelmed.
Fair.
I should note that wasn't my actual nomination. I was just making a guess.
Well, I'm
Oh,
going to
fair
say, so Willow and Alex also haven't said anything from this. My botch of the year is Kalisto's entrance. 'Cause
Oh God,
he
yeah.
just can't hit it right.
He can't, can
He
he?
can't do his own entrance. It's like, mate, at some point, just change your entrance. Just do it super crazy, dude. Slide underneath the bottom rope and kip up. It's much more impressive. You don't even have to get a trampoline out for it. Croft, what's your actual nomination?
My actual one was quite recent from Survivor Series in the women's elimination match. The
Oh,
ref
was-
completely fucking up.
Oh!
Because I assume it's a botch. Because if it's not a botch,
See,
If-
people
if
have
it
also
was-
said it was either Sasha or Alicia Fox that botched it as
Yeah,
well.
I was going to blame the two women rather than
well,
the ref.
well,
because the ref did
no,
his job
sorry,
and counted
yeah,
to 3.
the ref did count to 3 and everything.
And then he instantly was
I
like, no,
should
get
do.
out my ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get out my
And
ring.
that was the thing, because if it was intentional, it looked like a botch,
Yeah.
which I would consider a botch in itself.
You know what? Like, that's a really good call.
So
It
was just a shitstorm of a finish to that bit, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's true. That's a good
Really
call.
bad.
I think I'd go with that, to be honest. Anyone? Any?
I do like Kalisto's entrance there, because he does fuck it up every time.
I did hear a lot about that short spot.
And
from
we had a
Survivor
massive debate
Series.
think it watching it as
Yeah.
well.
Oh yeah.
I think we were talking about that into another match as well.
If you can't tell it's a botch, it's a bad botch either way, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's true. Well, we're going for a vote then. We got so all in favour for
What was your
the-
choice? Liv Morgan's wrestling.
With Markys wrestling.
which is more shade than nomination.
I guess. But
Okay, so those in favour for the Survivor Series women's tag team botch.
I'm happy to go with that.
I'll go with that.
Yeah, unanimous. So
Congratulations.
Whoever's fault
Sasha
it was.
Banks and Alicia Fox
And the ref.
and the ref, maybe, you are the receivers of our botch of the year.
The awards in the post.
The awards in the post.
Although they might not want that one.
Maybe not. Get it sent back to us.
Yeah.
You pay
Next one is the breakout star of 2017. It's where it gets a little bit more serious. Candy.
I've got two, and one I came up with this morning. My original choice was The Bar.
Ooh.
Because it was Sheamus and Cesaro, and they were just kind of thrown together, and now they're the hottest, well, one of the hottest tag teams. But I was going with another just strange, not strange one, but someone out of left field, and I've gone with Kenny Omega. Because if we go back 1 year, before January 4th, 2016, who'd have heard of Kenny Omega? I'd never heard of him. I
That's true.
didn't really know anything about New Japan, and now he's arguably the hottest thing in wrestling.
Because of them 3 matches.
Because
of
of
the full 2, especially.
Yeah, because of the 2 matches. But before this year, not many people knew who he was, and now he's one of the biggest stars in the world.
That's a good call. Willow has gone for Braun Strowman.
Yeah,
I've also gone for Braun.
Have you gone for Braun as well?
Yeah.
Oh, that does. See, when 2 people have got the same,
yeah.
it somewhat narrows it down a little. Pete, who have you got?
I think Braun was my original thought, but I did a bit of a swerve and went for Velveteen Dream.
Good
Oh,
shout.
good shout. Very good shout. I personally have gone for Pete Dunne.
Which one's he?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, stupid Tigany. Yeah.
Tiny.
It's Burr.
Oh, okay, wherever. It's a bad tattoo.
Oh, poor Pete. Yeah, I've gone for Pete Dunne. I just think he's had an incredible year. First, the clinic he put on with Mark Andrews in the UK tournament, and then the final match with Tyler Bate. Do you mind?
Oh, it was just belter match.
That was a great match. And then also the the match where he won the belt at Chicago as well.
Very good.
So that's my put for Pete Dunne. But I get the feeling that Braun Strowman's
Braun's got 2.
Braun's got
Got
2
two.
and a half. From
2.5.
Kenny Omega as well could have been was a very good shout. Alex didn't send me one for this.
In terms of breakout, I've not seen a rise to the top and being as over as Braun is as quickly as Braun's done it in a very long time.
Yeah,
It was like
Because he
Brock
went
Lesnar
from
in
the
2002 levels.
the lowest member of the Wyatt family to the only one that's still relevant, really.
Yeah, absolutely.
To one of the most over members on the roster.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Are we in agreement with Braun then?
Braun.
I'd go for Braun. Pete Dunne's a very good shout, as is Omega. And as a
I think they're very close second and third.
Yeah, and as a very big fan of NXT, Velveteen Dream is amazing.
Yeah.
And he has seriously shown what he's made of at 22.
And in a very short space of time. That one thing with that one program
It
with
was like
Black.
a month.
Exactly. He's
Genius.
shown how good he is.
Massively
But,
bright future.
however, ladies and gentlemen, your breakout star of 2017, Braun Strowman. Braun, it's in the post.
Where does he live? Oh, he's from someone's Ford, Louisiana. Cheryl's Ford, Louisiana, I think he's from.
Someone's fault.
Someone's Ford. Yeah, it's a name, a car,
Someone's
and
Ford.
Louisiana. So
It's
like
from
it's like
Gary around the block.
Michelle-
It's from his Ford. He lives in the boot.
It's like Michelle's Fiat, Louisiana. Or...
Derek Mitsubishi.
Right, our next award is for the best talker of 2017. Croft, who have you got?
I've got The Miz.
It's good. It's good. Pete.
I've got Paul Heyman.
Oh, safe bet. Candy.
Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
Also good.
But I've got Kevin Owens, and Alex also has the Miz. I don't think Willow has sent me anyone for best talker.
I went for Jericho because of the sheer amount of stuff he got over this year. Like, because he has some pull in WWE, so he can get away with more than others. But he had the list. He had stupid idiots. He had the word "it." Like Jericho knows how to manipulate a crowd better than most people, probably because he's been doing it for bloody twice the amount of time as most people.
Yeah, Jericho's a good shout. Heyman as well. Heyman's always been phenomenal.
Yeah, Heyman's just constantly.
You know what? Like, I think even though I've said Kevin Owens, and Kevin Owens has been good on the mic, he's always been a good talker. I would have to maybe vote for the Miz in this one.
I just think, especially over the past year, since it was near the end of 2016, his promo with Daniel Bryan on Talking Smack. Since that, he's just got better and better, and he has carried Raw on his back as essentially the face of Raw when Roman Reigns isn't there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because let's look at the last few rivalries on Raw. The Miz has been at the centre of pretty much all of them, or he's been involved in some way, shape, or form.
He hasn't last few months, but going back to SummerSlam, he was on the pre-show feuding with Jason Jordan.
Well, it's true, but they know they can throw him in to start a show. They can put him in a program with anyone because he's going to make him look good because he can talk a good game. Basically, if you get, there's nobody else on Raw that's got a talk show at the minute, like the Miz does, because they know he can go out every week and talk his way through it.
Yeah,
and he's not going to choke on the mic
unless you get LeVar Ball doing your show.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Beat that nibber ass.
Jeez. So yeah, I'd have to.
I would personally go for the Miz just for the past year of 2017.
Well,
but
yeah,
every other year, give it to Paul Heyman.
I was thinking that. Yeah, I think I'd vote for Heyman.
But he's so good, isn't he, Paul Heyman?
No, you said it. Yeah.
God.
Oh.
If only there were like 5 people here, and there could be like a decider.
No. Because, do you know what? Because it's best talker, and the focus is on the talking as your big thing. Because the Miz has all the other stuff as well.
Yeah, I think
and Heyman can just focus on talking.
He just talks, doesn't he?
And he got himself solely over by talking.
I think
Paul Heyman in it.
And Heyman knows that. Heyman puts over Lesnar's opponents better than anyone puts over their opponents.
Yeah. And Heyman puts over Lesnar without him having to turn up.
Yeah.
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 He only has to come out to Lesnar's music. There's no one else on the roster where if you heard their music and somebody else came out, you'd be fuming.
Yeah.
When Lesnar's music hits and just Heyman comes out, everyone still pops for him because Paul Heyman.
There we go.
Should we go Heyman.
I'd
We're
go
all in
with
agreement.
Heyman.
Ladies and gentlemen, your talker of the year for 2017 is Paul Heyman. Paul, it's in the post.
I'm sure that's not his first best talker award.
I'm
Probably one of you.
most
Throws it on the
likely.
pile.
Okay, on to the best tag team of the year. I'll start with Willow because it's open. Willow has gone for the Revival, interestingly.
Good one.
Yeah, even though unfortunately they've not been
Yeah, they've been injured
they've
for
not
a
had
fair chunk of it.
a lot to do. Croft, who have you got?
Got the Usos.
Pete?
I think since they came back, I've got the Hardys.
On that note, Alex also has the Hardys.
I've also got the Usos.
I also have the Usos.
Oh,
So
There was two teams that I was back and forth between.
Was it the bar?
The Usos and the Bar. But just because of the impact they've had and the gimmick change that they've been through and how much they've rocked it, the Usos have smashed it this year.
The Usos have been absolutely incredible this
They're
year.
the most consistent type.
I honestly, I was like, before they did the gimmick change, I was like, who actually cares?
yes.
Who actually cares?
Yeah.
They're just Roman Reigns' cousins.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing with them. And then there was some I can't remember what match it was. Because it wasn't that pre-show match. It was one before it. And I was like, oh, these guys are actually pretty good. And then they had the pre-show match with the New Day.
Yeah.
Then they had the Hell in a Cell match with the New Day. And then they had the match with the Bar.
Yeah, I think it was a match like Battleground. It was like the opener.
That was it.
Usos New Day.
The first match on the
And like that
show.
match was brilliant.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the show just was shite.
Yeah. It was one. It might have even been just before them with them against somebody else. That was their first oh my god, these guys are actually boss.
Yeah.
But there may have been one or two matches beforehand where it was like, these aren't actually that bad.
Plus they had a hell of a rap battle.
That rap battle was amazing.
They've always been good in the ring. It's just that it's not come through.
No, that gimmick has been. I think it's mostly because of they were doing the proper Samoan gimmick.
Yes.
And that overshadowed it. It's like, and now they've got to be. I feel like they've got to be more of themselves. I can't
Yeah, I'd
speak
say.
for them because I don't know how they are backstage.
Yeah, but
But
you
they're a
look
lot
at
more
them,
comfortable.
How the swagger to the ring, the clothes they wear. You can tell they were probably fucking sick. I've got to put these bright yellow shorts on
I'm gonna
again.
paint
Do a
dick on my
hacker and
face.
everything. It's like, could you be arsed? Now they just get to come out, wear the bandanas, do all the mad stuff.
And say, well, this is the Uso Penitentiary.
Which is
and they
belter.
cut them promos before the show. It's boss. On the flip side, the Hardys.
Nah.
Not for this year.
I know.
Not in
You know what
WWE.
they made like a big impact coming back. It was really cool. But they've not been the best tag team. The nostalgia has been great, but they've not been the best.
Yeah,
tag
but
team.
nostalgia wears off.
Yeah,
That too.
they've slid down a bit.
That too.
And where's Jeff? What's he doing?
It's probably flogging the morphine.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, Jeff.
I love you, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jim.
Oh, man. He's probably crying over his missing tooth.
Yeah. So are we? There's nobody else really.
We
You're
talked a
three
hell of a
against-
lot about the Usos.
You're 3 against
Yeah.
1 here, Pete. Why do you think the Hardys the best tag
To be
team?
honest, they were just the first team that came to mind. But yeah, I think it was the nostalgia of them initially coming back and the big splash they kind of made. But obviously, having listened to all the discussion about the Usos, I think you've definitely swayed me.
I think we should also give a little bit of a mention to the Revival. Willow's not here.
They're very good.
Willow's not
Yeah.
back here to bat their corner. The Revival are great. It's just a shame they've not had the greatest of years with being very injury plagued. But I'm sure they will have a belter 2018
Agreed.
if they can stay healthy. So I think we're all in agreement. Ladies and gentlemen, your marquee winners for the best tag team of 2017 are the Usos, Jimmy and Jay. It's in the post.
I'm very happy with that one.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, and our next is, of course, we are a few good marks here, so we could not have an award. Obviously, had to have our mark out moment of the year. Now, this one's going to be an interesting one because it's because the way we've done this, it could all be very personal ones.
Mm-hmm.
So, Pete, what was your mark out moment of the year?
My honourable mention for markout moments was Corbin winning Money in the Bank.
Mhm.
Now it's an honourable mention because look how that turned out.
Yeah, it's true.
No, but now I've gone for Kurt Angle joining the Shield.
Oh!
It's markout for that.
Joining the
Fair
Shield
play.
when he came out in full Shield
Yeah,
regalia.
Go
Well,
on.
that's
With a little grin on his
Yeah.
face.
Like he was so happy to be there.
Oh,
His
it's
dad joining his sons to the Halloween the Halloween costume party.
Yeah.
Not his real son though. He
No,
wasn't
his-
allowed in the
no,
Shield.
he wasn't. Yeah, no, not his real son. Candy,
Yes.
what's your mark-out moment for 2017?
This one was the easiest one for me because it was the Hardys returning at WrestleMania.
Yeah, Hardy's. What is that the same for you?
It was. I was between three. I
Okay.
couldn't narrow it down.
Okay, go on.
But I will do. The one I've gone with, it was Hardy's returning. Enjoy Infamy Velveteen Dream.
Oh yes.
Ah,
Just
Oh,
because
yes.
of how much I love the feud. But the one I went with in the end was a tiny little moment. But I loved it so much.
Was it Sarah
Was it
Logan?
game
Was
week?
it Sarah Logan?
No. It was Triple H, Too Sweet, and Finn Balor.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
boss.
Okay.
I love
Fair.
that.
Willow has not sent me one. However, mine and Alex's are the Hardys returning to
It's
Mania.
gotta be, hasn't it?
I think
Mm.
if we, honest to God, if we'd have been recorded like we record, me and Willow recorded the Royal Rumble match, which is what incidentally we're also doing, or we will be doing, which would be very interesting.
Yes.
With 6 people instead of 2.
Yeah,
If we'd have, if we'd have recorded that moment, I think the audio would have cut out. We made that much noise with 3 of us. There was me, Candy, and Willow sat here. I think I was sat on the floor right there. You can't see this. The people on the podcast were sat right there, and I think I was just jumping up and down that much. I think I ended up in the middle of my fucking living room, just actually just freaking the fuck out. It was amazing.
It was so good.
I think it was.
Yeah,
I think without a
very-
doubt that has to
I
be.
very rarely mark out, but when the Hardys when the Hardys logo came up on the screen,
Yeah,
oh, you know, like a primal scream.
it was amazing. All for it. Ah!
It was because the rumours were going on for that long and to finally
And
happen.
at Mania as well.
And
And
at
at Mania. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2017 mark out moment is the Hardy Boys returning at WrestleMania.
Yes, indeed.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the best feud of 2017. Candy.
Come back to me. I've got 3. I want to see what's said first.
Oh, I'm not sure that's how this works. Pete.
This was an easy one for me. It was Aleister Black and Velveteen Dream.
Okay.
And I have a feeling.
Hang on a minute. Hang on. Alex has gone for best feud. Nikki Bella and John Cena versus Maryse and The Miz.
Yeah, I don't think she's been serious on that
I
one.
don't think she was either.
I think she was.
She probably was.
It was an alright
It
feud.
had some alright moments
It
with,
did.
with the video packages.
Yeah.
And John Cena's house rules.
Oh yeah, the Miz
Yeah.
dressing up when he dressed there, that was fine.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
cool.
Okay. I'll give it that. I'll give it that thing.
Also, side note, Maurice is a better Nikki Bella than Nikki Bella.
Cheers, yeah.
Yes, she is. I'll see if Willow's sent me any. I'm just keeping Liam on a leash here. No, Liam, go on then.
I also had Aleister Black v Velveteen Dream.
I also have Aleister Black versus Velveteen
My
Dream.
second place one was Braun v Roman, though.
Yeah, it was okay.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, Dream v Black.
I
Candy.
had none of them.
Oh really?
I had my first one, bit of a jokey one, was the Hardys versus Impact Wrestling over the right to use.
That's good. That's good.
I had Usos New Day because they
Oh, good
consistently
shout, good
consistently
shout.
put on the match of the night. But
Yeah.
the one I think I'd go for is Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar because that was handled in the most perfect way you could go about it. Bringing Goldberg back, it started last year, but then
End of.
end of last year, the 1 minute 20 match, throw him out at the Rumble, set up for Mania, perfect match at Mania in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like
It was spot on though.
it couldn't have been done any better, I don't think.
Mm.
My issue with the Velveteen Dream, wherever his name was, Aleister Black. The whole thing was like, I saw one match of it. It was like the whole say his name thing, and he said his name even though he didn't win. It's like it seemed unearned.
No, because I mean, did you
No.
watch all the things building up to it?
I might have seen like the pre-match thing.
Right now.
Right. If the reason I love this so much was on NXT, they've been notoriously not very good at building feuds.
Yeah.
Just like the rest of the WWE. They've been better than WWE, but it's not been great. This was literally the most perfectly built classic feud.
It was
Because
great.
you had Velveteen Dream just came out one day. It was Aleister Black's first time speaking. It was the first time he'd ever cut a promo in NXT. And Dream came out, was like, I'm this flamboyant fella, and you're going to notice me because you're out here, you're talking and all this kind of stuff, and I'm interrupting it. And it was, Black just wasn't arsed about this flamboyant guy. Everyone kind of assumed it was going to be a one-time thing when he first came out, and Aleister Black was going to kick his head off and it would be a big pop thing. And then Aleister Black was just sat down in the ring after kicking the mic out of his hand. And then Velveteen Dream dropped in front of him and slid out the ring, or
I'm not scared of you. type thing.
metrosexually. And all the crowd just went mental. And ever since then, just the crowd was so into it.
It was
and
boss.
every week there was a segment where Dream was just fucking with him. And it was perfect, because you could tell he was getting more and more angry. And then after the match, the reason for him saying his name was because he'd been that much of a thorn in his side, but he backed it up in the match as well. And that was where it was lacking over the past few weeks. And it was like, will he prove himself? And because he came so close, I think that's why he gave him the respect and said his name. And that's what rounded it off so much. And I think after watching the build-up happen for so long, that was why it's just what topped off the feud. Because everyone, I think, can speak for us all that were following it. I kind of wanted Dream to win as well.
Yeah.
It got to that point where it was like, oh yeah, go ahead, lad.
I hope he
on.
wins.
You could do this. Go ahead. And then when Black did win, it was like, well, yeah, that was the smart choice. But it's like, but
Say his
still
name,
could
though.
it be? But say his name.
Yeah,
Don't be a dick about this. Come on, lad.
Yeah, because I don't watch NXT, and if you're invested in this feud, then I'm sure it was brilliant. But to me, it was like, he said his name. It's like, to me, it would have been better if he'd beaten him, and then just walked out, because that would have got him so much more heat on Aleister Black.
Yeah.
So that if he does, because it then builds up further, and if he does eventually say his name down the road, then it has a bigger impact.
Yeah, I think it was just because it was like a one-bomb feud to get Dream over
Right.
Quickly, because Dream started off as the heel.
Yeah. But he ended it as pretty much a tweener.
Yeah, and they both kind of ended
If
up
not
in the
as-
same spot.
Right.
Face and heel-wise, and I think it was good for them to finish it in a way that gives Dream the rub without Black needing to lose. Because Black, at this moment in time, is still undefeated.
Yeah.
So it was the perfect feud. For me, 5-star match. It was 4.5-star match for me, I would say. The match was great, the build was great, the payoff was great, and it's not hurt either.
That's what makes a great feud. I'd have to say that this was as would you
It's
three.
got
Like,
to
three
be
people said it, so I'm fine to go with it.
So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Your feud of the year for 2017 is Aleister Black versus Velveteen Dream. Lads, it's in the post. I'm getting a bit tired of saying that, to be
It's
honest.
quite funny though.
It's in the post to Florida.
Florida and Amsterdam.
I'm just gonna send it. I just send it just to the performance center. They just
Matt
they can
Bloom
just
can have it.
share it. Yeah, man. Next up is the 2017 Best Female Wrestler.
Now this one's going to be interesting.
This is going to be interesting. I'm going to start with our resident women's correspondent, Alex Cooper.
Yep.
Women's correspondent.
I don't know.
The only female we know.
That we know. But hell, mate. You're not going well for you there.
Who are these women?
What? Lol. So I'm going to start with Alex, and she has gone for Charlotte Flair.
I thought you might.
Pretty understandable. Croft, who have you gone for?
Also gone for Charlotte Flair.
Willow has also gone for Charlotte. Pete?
I went for Alexa Bliss.
Wow, that is interesting. Do tell.
I think she kind of surprised me with how far she's come from NXT. I think that's my main reason for it. And seeing how she's progressed from there. I think the call-up was the right time when the draft happened. And I think she's maybe not necessarily been like the best female performer, but I think she's impressed a lot of people and kind of proved a lot of doubters wrong since she came up. So I think that's my reason for it.
It's a fair pick, that. Like, she has come
Yeah,
a long
absolutely.
way.
She has. Candy?
Yeah, I really like Alexa Bliss, and I bloody love Charlotte, but I've gone for Asuka.
I've also gone for Asuka.
Asuka for me was the safe pick, if you like. But I didn't. The only reason Asuka would get best female if it was me choosing is from a kayfabe standpoint of the fact she hasn't lost. She's had the most wins, and therefore she's the best. She's not the one who's impressed me the most in the ring.
According to Wikipedia, a reliable source, the WWE are claiming her win streak is now longer than Goldberg's, or have been claiming.
I think it's true, yeah.
But yeah, Goldberg's fluctuated. Like, he was on 170, and then a week later, he was on 187. Whereas I think they might be keeping a bit more. They've probably been keeping tabs on.
It's a lot easier, isn't it?
Yeah.
Also, WCW aren't lining their asses off with the Goldberg thing anymore. I think Asuka's just been the best. There's no one's been able to beat her. There's been nobody who, with the exception of Charlotte, but even then, when you put the two in a match at this point, I'd have still picked Asuka to win it.
Well, yeah, you would from a kayfabe standpoint because of the winning streak.
But also just in the way that she's just so there's nobody in the kayfabe point of view that could hold their own against her at the moment.
I'm not impressed by her. I don't get the hype.
I think she's good.
She's good.
She's really good wrestler.
I just don't see why she's on this other level that people claim her to be.
No, I wouldn't say she's massively better than everyone else and that she deserves this huge winning streak.
I think it's just
It's just because it's happened.
Yeah,
the momentum's built with her.
Yeah, it's all there. However, I will also say that because there's 3 Charlotte Flair votes with 2 Asuka and 1 Alexa Bliss thing, I think we do have to seriously consider Charlotte.
I just think she's had a belter year.
I would also agree. I think I picked Asuka because it was safe. I didn't really pick mostly because of the kayfabe thing, but I think looking back overall,
I would say Charlotte's had a better 2016 than.
She did.
With the whole Sasha thing and her undefeated streak or pay-per-view streak came to an end this year. It's at Fastlane for no reason. To Bayley for no reason.
Yeah.
That was completely mishandled, but we can't blame her for that. It's if I know she's had a good year, but in terms of we've seen her do better.
Yeah.
Whereas Asuka, this is the pinnacle of her.
She has and she had that she's had an amazing couple of matches with Ember Moon.
Yeah.
And that and all that before going up to the main roster undefeated.
Mm-hmm. And she was the sole survivor at Survivor Series for her team.
She was, to be fair. Actually, you know what? From a kayfabe perspective, and I mean, this is a few good marks at the end of the day.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you're looking at what females had, if you're looking at your favourite female from the year, mine would be Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's best female of 2017, it's Asuka, isn't it?
Mm. Agreed.
I was happy to take Charlotte's vote away from her for that moonsaulted nothing. At Clash of Champions, when she just moonsaulted, landed on her feet, and everyone just fell over.
She has got a good moonsault though.
Bloody good moonsault.
Bloody good moonsault.
Alexa Bliss though is a fantastic shout.
I'd wear her skin.
Genuine quote from my brother there. I reminded him about that the other day.
Such a good quote.
I don't think I'd fit.
No, I did fit. She's quite small.
Tiny woman. No, she's a good shout.
I'm just trying to think who I lean to out of Charlotte and Asuka, really. I think Asuka, to be honest. I think that's who
I think it's...
Is it Asuka?
I think it is, isn't it? Ladies and gentlemen, your 2017 Markys winner for Best Female Wrestler is Asuka.
Yes.
It's in the post.
To Japan. Wherever she lives.
Probably. To her residence in Florida, probably.
I mean,
I assume that's where she lives.
I could have picked Asuka. Maybe I just wasn't ready for it.
Excellent. I don't want any more said on that subject.
I'm quite glad with my debating skills because that was going to Charlotte until I started digging in.
You did.
That was,
well
good.
for.
Well played. Next up is the best male wrestler of the year. This one could also be very interesting. Pete, who have you got?
I have gone for AJ Styles.
Willow has also gone for AJ Styles. Candy.
I've gone for the correct pick of Kazuchika Okada.
I knew you were going to pick Okada.
Yeah, it was an obvious one.
It was a bit. Croft.
Also gone for AJ Styles.
Interesting. Who's Alex gone for? Alex gone for Braun Strowman. I have also gone for AJ Styles.
I was toying with the idea of picking Braun, but I thought he's breakout star, but he certainly wasn't.
Well, he's already won.
Yeah.
He's already won our breakout star. I don't think you can really have both.
Well, you
You
can.
can.
You can, but let's not be greedy
But
here.
I don't think.
I think out of Okada, I think the real argument here is between Okada and AJ.
Yeah, but I just.
If you give it to Braun, then you can send both his statues at the same time.
Oh, I saved it on the postage.
It's Braun.
Braun.
Like Braun is.
You're right,
pretty
we
good.
have actual trophies to give out here. We really don't.
He's not.
Might print
wrestler
off a
of the year.
certificate on a
Yeah.
postcard.
He's not male wrestler of the year.
No, he's not.
He's not won a title. I know that's not everything, but
No,
he
I
hasn't
know,
won
I
a
think, yeah.
title.
No, I think. See, for the rest of us, I think AJ Styles is a very safe bet. He has been the best wrestler in WWE this year. He's put on. I'm just gonna say.
Phenomenal.
I was gonna say phenomenal. I'm gonna say phenomenal. Phenomenal match, one after the other. Just amazing matches, including that makeshift one with Finn Balor.
Yeah, in
For the
which he
night,
had
it
like
was
that
like,
massive flight.
Oh my god!
From Chile.
He was jet lagged, flying in from Chile. They just said, "AJ, can you come here and do it?" He was like, "Yeah, I'll come down and do a match with Finn."
Come up and do it.
Fucking
They was sick.
Do you game it?
However, I can also understand why.
I have a whole list of Okada stats if you want me to go through them.
Go ahead, you may as well, mate.
Right, let's see. First off, he's been IWGP Heavyweight Champion the whole year. January 1st, he was champion.
That's very good.
December 31st, he's still got to be champion.
Yeah.
He put himself and New Japan on the map with that 6-star match. I know that was kind of helped by Dave Meltzer and overblowing everything.
Yeah.
But then he carried on top of that. He had a 5-star match with Shibata.
Yep.
He had a 6.25-star match with Omega.
Again.
New Japan brought their first show to the US ever, and he main evented with Cody Rhodes / Cody. Then went back to Japan, had another 6-star match with Kenny Omega. He's got the longest reigning IWGP Heavyweight title reign in 45 years of the championship belt.
Wow.
January 4th, 2017, so the day of Wrestle Kingdom, he's going to become the longest combined champion ever. It was Tanahashi, he's now going to overtake Tanahashi. He was the first Japanese wrestler to top PWI's 500.
Was that this year?
That was this year.
Oh my god.
True.
Oh my god.
He has a fantastic robe, and my main point for most of this, he's been 29 years old.
Oh, he wins. He wins.
It's unreal.
It's Okada.
Hang on.
It's
It's
unreal
Okada.
how young Okada is. He's turned 30 in November.
What?
And he's been on top for 5 years. It's insane.
Oh my god.
Now, don't get me wrong, I like AJ. But in terms
Oh,
of
I'm so torn.
in terms of a
I'm
global
like Natalie
scale,
Brilliant.
Oh, nice call.
Has he had? Who's had the best 2017? It's Okada, really.
It is
Isn't it?
Okada.
King and Tekken doesn't have an AJ Styles ultimate costume, but he does have an Okada one.
he does.
It's true.
Yeah, that's I think out of purely for
Like, not
the
even from a
amount of-
if you go from a kayfabe angle, then yeah, he's been champion the whole year. But from a match perspective,
as well.
he's been putting on the top matches.
Yeah,
throughout the
absolutely.
year.
AJ's had a good couple of matches, but I really don't think we can discount Okada here.
Do you know what? Just for the sheer amount of Candy's research and the fact he's made some fantastic points that you can't refute.
I know that's very
I
true.
think it's Okada. I didn't know that much about Okada.
Neither did I. I think
I
I've
don't watch New
I've
Japan.
just had a huge history lesson,
But
and we hope you have too.
yeah,
Yeah,
Okada.
his reign is. Oh, have I got it written down? No, previous record is 489 days. Oh, there we are. 549 days he's been champ. June 2016 he won it,
Oh
and he's
my
still champion.
Gideon, that is a long time to be champion.
1 year.
He's
1 year.
to beat him for it.
At time of recording, because I did it up to this day. 1 year, 6 months, 1 day.
That's incredible.
Who've you? Just sorry to quick aside from the podcast. I'm very interested in what Candy's opinion is on it. Who have you got for Wrestle Kingdom between Naito and Okada?
Oh, it kills me to say it, but I think Naito's going to win.
Same.
Because Naito's massive in Japan. He's not as big here or in the US, but Naito is huge. So I think if they're going to really push Naito and give him this huge run,
I think now we're talking about this
to destroy Okada's reign, I think we'll put him over huge.
Now we're talking about this. I think now would be a good time to drop the bomb that we will be reviewing Wrestle Kingdom.
Belter, I might not be here. No, I'm coming back for
You're
it.
definitely
Whenever
we're
you-
doing it because of you.
Yeah, I know.
We're we're gonna do the exact same thing. We're gonna we're not obviously we probably won't stay up to watch it. But we'll.
I don't have that much time off work.
Stay up to watch it. It starts at 8:00 in the morning here.
Does it really?
Oh, does it?
Yep.
Oh, in which case
on
we-
Saturday, Sunday?
Wednesday.
Oh, no, man.
It's January 4th, so it's whatever tap day of the week it happens to fall on. That was my favourite thing of yours. I was like, can we do Wrestle Kingdom? He was like, when is it? I was like, January 4th.
I think
Always
I don't
January
know this.
4th.
Hang on, I
Too
think
bad.
it's a Saturday.
I think it might be a
No, it's a Thursday.
Well, either way, we will be reviewing it.
You don't have to do the whole show though, because it's fucking long.
No, we won't be reviewing the whole show. We'll just be doing.
We're doing the main matches.
the certain matches. But yeah, but we will be. But you've got that to look forward
Like
to.
Suzuki versus Goto in a hair match. We'll skip that one.
But yeah, we will be. So there's that to look forward to.
So is Okada one?
Probably in the next couple of days, because this is coming out. This is out on the 29th. So you have that to look forward to in the next couple of days. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, your Markys winner for the best male wrestler of 2017 is. Do you want to do the official name, because I can't get.
You
his
can't
first
say
name.
Kazuchika.
No.
Kazuchika Okada.
There you go.
Way!
It's in the post.
It's in the post, lad. It's off to
To
Japan.
I'm happy
Okay.
with that. I don't care about the rest now.
That's
That's what I came for. It was like 4-1 AJ and he hasn't won it.
Yeah, bloody hell. Well, we suck at debating, guys.
Well, when you're
It was
up
hard,
against
yeah. That.
Okada.
Yeah, it was pretty hard. Anyway, only 2 awards remain. Our second to last one is the best show of 2017. Candy, what have you got?
I was gonna go for a Japan show, but I haven't seen all the matches on the card, so I didn't feel right going for it. So I've gone with SummerSlam, the one we all stayed up to watch.
Yeah.
Because I mean, there's been some pretty shitty shows in WWE. It's the lesser of all the evils. But to me, like, it was just really well booked. I didn't have any complaints of any of the decisions. The 4-way main event, probably the best he could do with that.
Mm-hmm.
And all around, it was a good show.
Yeah.
Alex, I think, has misunderstood the question and has just put
WWE.
Raw.
Which one?
Which episode, Alex?
Best brand.
Please get back in. Please get back in touch and tell us.
Or Hollis Brawl 2017.
Nice. Nicely done.
Nice little plug. Pete?
I did go for SummerSlam at first, but now I've gone for NXT's War Games.
Willow has gone for the UK tournament. Not gonna lie, I was gonna go for that, but I just thought you'd all take the rip out of me. So I've gone
Putting the UK over as usual.
so I've gone for WrestleMania 33.
I have got to say that's a good pick.
Okay.
I've gone for Takeover Chicago.
Or everyone's got something different.
Yep.
So
Can I
Let's go
tell
one by
you
one.
why I fucking
Yeah, go on.
love Chicago so much?
Go on.
Okay, so you got Dunn versus Bate.
yes,
Alright? Have you all watched that match?
have
Yes.
I rest my case. No, I don't really. It also had an NXT Championship match with Hideo Itami and Bobby Roode.
Yes, I
Yeah,
remember
that
it
was a bit of a
well.
weird one.
Very good. I thought it was Roode's best title defense. Really showed off the characters and whatnot. Kind of broke Hideo Itami, and I wish they'd done more with it, but never mind. And then you also had Ember Moon and Asuka,
Yes.
which was very, very good. Loved it.
Mhm.
And then you had, to cap the night off, a fantastic ladder match between AOP and DIY, which of course finished with DIY breaking up,
of course.
which was a better breakup of an alliance than the Festival of Friendship, in my opinion.
It probably was. No one saw it coming, unlike the Festival of Friendship, where it
That's
was
very
obvious.
True. Very true. Pete, NXT War Games. Floor is yours.
I think I just remember every match being particularly solid. I think Chicago was just like too far away for me to like remember what exactly happened on it, and War Games was more fresh in my mind. But yeah, like the opening match with Lars Sullivan and
Oh no.
Cassius.
Oh No was fine.
Yeah.
Did its job.
Slugfest.
Dream and Black.
Yep.
We've
Feud is
discussed
the
enough
year.
about. McIntyre Almas had a surprising outcome as well. Didn't
yeah.
see that coming.
I didn't.
And of course, the War Games match itself.
Oh,
And yeah, So
Fair
that was the
play.
one that just stuck with me.
Fair
particularly.
play. Candy, SummerSlam?
Oh,
Kind of
okay.
already said.
Okada won, I'm alright.
Okay, so WrestleMania.
Between those two, because you said Chicago, and I remembered the Dunn bait match, but when you went through the matches, I remember all those matches like vividly. War Games, that was a few weeks ago. I kind of remember most of that, so I think I'd go with Chicago. Like my vote goes over there for now. Make your case for Mania.
It's WrestleMania, isn't it? There's just so many good, like Undertaker's retirement alone, in the middle of the ring. That was such an amazing moment to witness because it kind of came from out of nowhere. There wasn't really any like, the match wasn't if Undertaker loses he retires.
Yeah.
It was just like the
Just
next minute, like Reigns won, put his, raised his hands, fireworks went off. I was like, okay. Then the next minute, Undertaker's fully dressed in the ring and all lights are down. It's like, oh no, I'm not ready for this. Don't do this to me now. It's 5 a.m. please, I'm not emotionally ready for this. And then after everything, and the Cena proposing to Nikki, which is a nice thing.
Oh shite!
Pissed me off. Though.
The Hardys returning.
Yeah,
The AJ versus Shane opening match was really good.
That was
very good.
Owens and Jericho was okay. That was hold.
That was hold.
It was hot and cold. Is that two?
Did you make that?
Is that
on...
2 in a row that I've managed to get in a burnt face man reference?
Yeah, I was trying to work out if that was on last week's podcast or this week's. No. If you didn't listen to the previous one, then you just got hauled out of nowhere.
Oh no, right. Yeah, no, that was an okay match. But yeah, it was okay. But then now you've said Chicago, I'm somewhat swaying, but at the same time, like Willow's brought up the UK tournament, and that second night was unbelievable. The raw emotion that we were finally crowning a WWE UK champion, that recognition was there. I reckon they could have made it even more special. They could have mentioned the Bulldog and Dynamite Kid. They could have done like actual packages to like promote like previous UK wrestlers. Of course, having Rollerball Rocco. What a lad. Having of course William Regal oversee the entire thing just made it a lot more special. But the matches that were put on were insane. Every single match was top caliber, what you expect from a British wrestling show. Or like, and I think it's fair to say, like, if you go to a British wrestling show now and you don't see a match of that level, just one match of any of them matches levels, if you do not see one, you've not been to a good show. That is how good the UK that's how good the UK scene is right now, and it was just a reflection of that.
Yeah.
And the emotion of crowd, like, and as I said with before with Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne had an amazing match with Mark Andrews, and then Tyler Bate. Tyler Bate had an amazing match with Joe Connors. For me, that would be my choice. Even over WrestleMania now, I think I've sold the UK tournament even more.
It was 2 shows though.
That's why I'd pick the second night. I'd pick the second night.
Okay.
To give the award to, I would personally give that.
I am only making a gag because I see the whole event as one show, isn't it?
Yeah, true.
Basically.
But it wasn't.
It was about the whole thing was about as long as WrestleMania.
That's probably true.
Probably shorter.
Yeah, probably was, to be fair. So I think you can easily class it as one event. So UK tournament is a very good show.
The UK tournament.
The reason I love takeovers so much is because they cram so much into 3 hours. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I think that takeover especially was so good, and even that had that match as well with the two British lads on.
Mm-hmm.
I think purely for that match alone, I've got to like subside and give it to San Antonio.
Chicago.
San
Antonio.
And the Alamo. Yeah, I've got to give it to Chicago. I think.
My vote would be with Chicago.
I stick with Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2017 Best Show winning Marky Award. I just said that on the wrong one. Ladies and gentlemen, your Marky Award for the 2017 Best Show is... Still said that wrong, didn't I?
You're not making a good case for your Oscar bid.
The Sarah Logan promo award goes to Kieran Brown.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Show of the Year is NXT Takeover Chicago.
Chicago, it's in the post.
It's in the post to the city of Chicago. Well played. Now then. Final match. What? Final award.
My God.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry to anyone who's still listening.
Final award.
Promise we'll buy him some dialect books for Christmas.
Yeah, we're eating game meat.
Final award of the night is the 2017 Best Match.
Yes.
Also known as Match of the Year.
Match of the
MOTY.
our match of the year. I'm gonna start with Candy.
I will give you 3 guesses.
Is it Kenny Omega versus Okada?
Which one?
Is it the second one?
Number 2.
It is the second one.
At Dominion. Or to give it its full title, Dominion 611 at Osaka Joe Hall. Who needs a pay-per-view name that long? But, yeah, because... Okay, right. The first one was, in my opinion, completely overblown. For the 6 stars about Dave Meltzer just being a bloody moron. I was like... Because it was like, oh, this is the best match ever. And I watched it. I was like, there's even better matches. But it made me excited enough to go watch the second one. And I watched the second one before any of the reviews came out. And it ended in the 1 hour draw. And I thought, that might have been the best match I've ever seen in my life.
It was a good match.
Because it was an hour, but it was never boring. And the finish was fucking beautiful. And they had the whole Bullet Club tension thing with Cody coming out of the towel. And then Kenny just like wiping his face on it and chucking it back at him. So there was dissension there. There was just so much story, but it was an hour long. So you've got a long time to tell your story.
It's very true.
And I think it was just fucking brilliant.
Fair play. Pete.
AJ Styles versus Sarah Logan in a gay meet match. Now, initially, I was going to say Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate at Chicago. That's my honorary mention. But I switched it for Alistair Black and Velveteen Dream.
Really? Match of the year?
Yep. I was that invested in it. It won me over so much.
Fucking fair enough. Alex has gone for... I'm going to read it out because it's the way she's phrased it is it's a thing of beauty. So Alex has gone for big beefy man match at SummerSlam. I was tempted to do that in her accent as well, but I'm not going to.
Is that the 4-way by any chance?
Would be the 4-way match, I'm assuming, at SummerSlam. Croft.
I also gave an honourable mention to Black v Dream. My match of the year would have to go to AOP v DIY v The Revival at San Antonio's TakeOver.
Oh!
Because it was fucking amazing.
Mm.
That was a 5-star match. Like, seriously, that was a 5-star match. There has been no better tag team match all year.
You say it was a 5-star match, but do you know which match got 6 1/4 stars?
Do you know which match got the highest rated match of any... Okay, it wasn't any match this year, but it was the joint highest rated match of a number of WWE stars matches this year was Tyler Bate versus Pete Dunne, and that is my takeover. That's mine. Where are you going? I'm keeping that in.
At least he excused himself.
You didn't excuse yourself. I'm keeping that in.
Sorry about that. Tyler Bate
versus Pete Dunne at Takeover Chicago. It just unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable match.
Also gets an honourable mention from me. Very good.
I think that I just will hands down fight people for this match. It's
you will die on that hill.
It's amazing.
I will fight you for.
See, now the thing is,
have we all seen the San Antonio tag?
Do you want to know the thing about it?
Yeah,
I don't remember it.
Go back and watch it.
Yeah, but you shouldn't have to.
Good.
When Candy said, try and tell me some spots that happened at that match.
Apart from
I don't remember.
All I remember is the Authors of Pain being carried by 2 far more experienced and better tag teams.
Superior tag teams.
That's what stood out in that match.
But it helped them because just a shy couple of months later, they put on probably my second favourite match of the year, which was the DIY VAOP one, the ladder match. Even just because of the breakup afterwards as well. I'm going to swerve you all and change my pick to War Games. I fucking loved it.
War Games is not a bad pick. It's not a bad pick. Let's not discount the SummerSlam main event.
Joy, it was really good.
It was good. I remember us all getting because all six of us were in here watching. I thought it was very good.
We were all kind of hyped for it in the first place. And when it was
Especially
happening-
because it was whoever won that match won the predictions.
True. You could not have written it more perfectly.
Like we were completely invested in that match, but for other reasons.
For other reasons. But yeah, no, it was a good match.
Yeah,
but,
it was the layout was, but apart from Lesnar being taken out and then coming back in, like if they just left him under the table, that would have been much better.
Yeah.
But the fact that they put a table on top of him, top stuff.
Velveteen Dream and Aleister Black was good, but I don't think it was. I don't think it topped Bait and Dunn. It definitely didn't top Okada and Omega.
Coupled with the feud before it, yes, but because it was just the match on its own,
Standalone match.
I would say no.
Yeah.
I think if they'd have had another one, it may have outdone it. If they'd done like a series of them, they may have outdone it.
They need to never fight ever again.
Just to preserve that memory of that.
But I think that's with the Okada Omega thing, they had something to build on.
Yeah.
Especially, hang on, here we go. First match, Wrestle Kingdom. Omega never hit his finisher on Okada. That was the story going into the second one. If he hits his finisher, it's over. He hits his finisher and Okada just got his foot on the rope. And like it wasn't even like an outstretched one. It's like his leg was over and he just kind of like rolled back a little bit more and got it on the rope. So that was something they could build on if they went into the future match. So just continue. They had a story through the whole.
I've not seen the third match.
Have you not?
I don't think I have.
It's the shortest of the three, so if you've got some time,
I'll watch it later. Yeah, I don't know. I think for me it is between Okada Omega 2 versus and Tyler Bate versus Don.
I am going to abstain from this one because I haven't seen the Omega Okada.
You haven't seen number 2?
I haven't seen any of them.
They
Oh!
said this to me before and they tried to get me triggered. I told you, didn't I? I told you tell this to Candy, you get Jim triggered.
But for that reason, I'm going to abstain because I feel like I have to watch them to fully appreciate them.
Okay, that's fair.
And if I voted now, it would go with Dunn v. Bate.
What would you vote if you had to vote? But fair enough. But you
even though you don't want to vote,
Part of me
what would
wants
you vote?
to go with Okada and Omega.
Even if you haven't seen the match,
Yeah.
you've heard so much about
It's
it.
true. It has rippled through wrestling the whole year round. Nothing's come close to the hype generated from it.
Fuck it, yeah, I'm going with that.
I feel like I want to message Alex and Liam to get their takes on this.
You've already
really
won.
quickly.
You've all voted for it.
Which one?
For Okada Omega.
I haven't. No, said
Oh, yeah.
those two are on.
No, but you did say it was a bloody brilliant match.
I did say it is a phenomenal match. It's so good. I might have to. I mean, it was
for the
six
same
and a half
reason.
stars.
6.25.
6.25 stars.
Right, I'm gonna.
I don't know why I said that. That made it sound worse.
I'm gonna come out and say this now. Dave Meltzer's ratings do not mean shit.
No.
No, they
mean
don't.
anything.
Not at all.
But
I mean, Dave Meltzer himself has said, if a match to you is 5 stars, it's 5 stars, and my ratings don't matter. And throwing out his star ratings as an excuse for a match being good proper irks me. But you don't have to with Okada and Omega, because there's a reason he gave it that higher rating, because people who've watched it since have said, yeah, this is one of the few times where you're not looking at a Dave Meltzer match going, well, I'd have changed that. You're like, fair play, you've had to break your own rating system, and I can see why.
yeah,
because with the first one, he gave it 6 stars. Like, if it was 5 stars, if he just said, this is 5 stars, and arguably the best match I've ever seen, like, okay, fair enough.
Yep.
I go, yeah, it's 5 stars. Don't know if it's the best I've ever seen. The second one, because he's like, this is... Because I think it's 6.25 is the highest he's ever given to any match. So it has to live up to, like, the build.
Mm.
And to me, it does. It is probably the best match I've ever seen.
yeah. I think I may have to concede to Okada Omega, because
Although if you two haven't seen it, and then I'm telling you it's the best match I've ever seen.
I've also
No, but all
I
the hype
have
around it as well.
I have seen this match, and the moment, and like it, even like you tell me like back then, I could still remember it extremely vividly. I can't remember that many spots from Bait and Dunn. Like, that's how it was a great match. It was memorable. Like, I can remember certain things about it, but that's how good.
I was
going to
tell you another brilliant spot, but these haven't seen it.
Well, truth be told, I've seen the towel spot with Cody,
Right.
and even for that, I thought, well, I'll actually go away and watch the whole thing.
Because there's
now.
the bit, like, there's Okada's got Omega, and he rolls him out to do the Rainmaker, and as he comes to do it, Omega's just so, like, he's dead, he just falls on the floor,
It's
and
amazing.
he ducks the Rainmaker, but not, like, purposely, he just He just collapses. He's got nothing left.
So good. Yeah, that's it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, your 2017 match of the year is Kazuchika Okada versus Kenny Omega, number 2
from Dominion.
There we go. Well, chaps, that was very well done. Very well done to get through that.
Love the Markys.
Absolutely. We'll see you next year for the Markys. We'll see you next year in general. We hope you have a very good new year. All the best. And we will see you very, very soon.
See you in 2018.
See you in 2018.
Bye.
Bye.
In a bit.